Welcome to another episode of my show. I am your host, The Blind Beard. Not a beard here anymore, but you're liking my goatee, aren't you? I know you're liking my goatee. That's one thing I could tell you're enjoying about this show. Or at least I can't tell. I mean, if you watch my show, I'll be able to tell. So, if you want to know more about Smackdown tonight, I got that for you. So tonight, Triple H started out talking about how good and spectacular he thought it was, and how he was amazed at how no one really appreciated it as much as they should have, and how much the authority wanted them to. But no, we all did not like the Royal Rumble as much as we should have, because of the fact that Daniel Bryan didn't get his chance to win like he was supposed to or should have for not being in it last year. It is so stupid how they run things over there. I think it would have been awesome, me personally, if it was Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan at the end WrestleMania. I think that would be so awesome because, Daniel Bryan would be like the face of faces since he's the most popular guy in WWE right now. And I think that since it would be good also because Seth Rollins is like the heel of all the heels right now. He's like the main face of the authority, so it'll be like the faces versus beating the authority. But now since it's going to be Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, that's really set you up for like a heel kind of double switch thing that's going to go on where Roman Reigns it would be wise for him to turn heel, and Brock Lesnar would become a babyface, and Heyman would switch to Roman Reigns. But, I mean, I really think that Roman Reigns is getting better as a talker than Brock Lesnar would ever be. Brock Lesnar was never a talker because, he has that high-pitched, girly voice when he tries to talk. It sounds like, for a big, scary man, he sure does talk like a little lady. So after Triple H came down, we had Roman Reigns interrupt when Triple H said there was going to be a big announcement on Monday Night Raw because of the controversy that went on during the Royal Rumble. There was really no controversy. Roman Reigns won fair and square. So we also had Big Show versus Roman Reigns after that whole altercation with Roman Reigns and Triple H talking. Big Show lost to Roman Reigns as he should have. This really does put Roman Reigns over as a top guy because if he could not beat Big Show, then he definitely would not be able to beat Brock Lesnar. This is also seen due to the fact that Roman Reigns was kind of pushed, it has been pushed really hard, really hard, like a little prematurely. That's what a lot of people are saying, and that's what I've noticed. Stone Cold Steve Austin on his podcast, and it's actually one of my favorite podcasts. Actually, listen to Stone Cold Steve Austin and Chris Jericho's podcast. They can both be found on Podcast One. I do not work for Podcast One. I am a college student, so I really don't have any affiliation with Podcast One. I just really like the products that they offer. So I'm just saying that as a fan of their shows. After Big Show and Roman Reigns match, we had Seth Rollins saying that he wanted to invite anyone who he thought was half of a fighter as he is to come out and challenge him. So Ryback came out, put the beat down on J&J Security, and Ryback got knocked down by Seth Rollins. Then we had Eric Rowan come out, and then Dolph Ziggler, and at the end of the whole altercation, you know, it always ends with Seth Rollins and J&J running back like little scared girls. I mean, like little scared, like, you know, kids on the playground. Like the little tough guy who would act all tough, and then once someone actually stands up to him, he'll run away like a little, like, you know, coward. Which is basically what Seth Rollins is. He's all talk, that's what it seems like. I mean, there's really no reason that they should keep pushing Seth Rollins as the top heel. I don't like it. I don't think most people like it. It's kind of ridiculous to me. I know one of my friends, Brian, he's going to have something to say about that. Later we had Goldust and Stardust versus The Ascension. The Ascension won. It wasn't really anything too big in that match. I think that this was just because Goldust is an older, like tag team champ for a long time. Stardust is kind of a newer champ, so it's a big power tag team again. It's like kind of a modern tag team, and we have the Ascension beating them. The Authority and WWE is trying to boost the Ascension into being the big power tag team currently. That's what it seems like. Which, in fact, it really should just be the Usos, because they're so Uso crazy and Uso awesome. And the Golden Stardust should be kind of like the heels of the group, of the tag team division. And then you have Mizdow as the like yin and yang of the group, of the heel and face kind of the tag team division. They're more a comical group. And then you have the big serious group of the Ascension, which is kind of cool, I guess. But I really don't like them at all. They're not a good tag team. Maybe, you know, I mean, a lot of people like them. I wouldn't say they're not good. It's just not my taste. That's all I got to say about that. So up next, importantly, we had John Cena and Rusev's conversation in the ring. My man Cameron, my roommate Cameron, he was telling me all about how Rusev and John Cena is going to be kind of like a Rocky, kind of like one of the Rocky movies where like the big, what's that, Soviet power kind of Russian fighter fights Rocky, the American guy, and it's going to be kind of like that. So, I mean, that's kind of if that's what they were going for, and you know, John Cena's going to win at Fastlane. Then who are they going to do? Who are they going to put Rusev against? Is this feud going to go until WrestleMania? Which is kind of stupid. Where the hell did John Cena and Rusev's feud come from? Can you guys tell me that? Post your comments down below. Let me know what you guys think. That's something I would love you guys to tell me about. Next, we had probably the best match of the night that's been building since Monday or last week. Basically since Monday. Kane versus Daniel Bryan in a casket match. Which, all of these matches, I have to say, have been quite predictable. WWE is getting so damn predictable right now. It is to the point where I'm actually having a hard time even watching. Sometimes I'll look away and just not even watch. Sometimes it's getting to that point where it's so predictable. I knew Daniel Bryan was going to win this match from the beginning. we don't even need to even say anything more about that. You know Daniel Bryan was going to win. You didn't know how he was going to win, but obviously you know he was going to win. It was a little interesting how he did it. I mean, I found it to be really cool, and like it kind of left you hanging on to your seat a little bit, which was kind of awesome about them. Not many of these matches today did that, where you actually was like hanging on to your seat about it. So that was actually the so-called best match of the night. It was pretty good, and I was happy Daniel Bryan won, but we knew it was going to happen. To see him doing the yes chant on top of the casket after Kane was put in, this kind of should put an end to the Daniel Bryan Kane feud. Next, I think Daniel Bryan should be facing either. I think Daniel Bryan should be facing either Seth Rollins or actually Triple H. Seth Rollins or Triple H. That would be kind of topping it off. Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at what's it called? Fastlane. Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins or Triple H at Fastlane. No, Daniel Bryan versus Seth Rollins at Fastlane, and then Daniel Bryan versus Triple H at WrestleMania. That will cement him as a top dog. Even more, I mean, that will actually give him that great boost that he's in need of, because he is always getting screwed over by the Authority. We gotta really stop that, don't we? Don't we, guys? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, please. Follow me, subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Hope you guys come and join me next week for another great episode at the Monday Night Raw. All right. See ya.